Hi there and welcome back to my channel. Today's video we are going to be testing out some new products from MAC. This is a brand new Boom Boom Bloom collection. So it is a spring launch from MAC Cosmetics, and I'm going to be doing a first impressions testing out all of the products from this collection. So if you guys are ready, let's go ahead and get started. So getting us started, we have the new Boom Boom Bloom collection from MAC Cosmetics. They did send this over to me. I have almost the entire collection. I'm just missing a few lip colors, but I do have some of the lip colors from the collection that I'll be showing you guys. So this is a brand new launch from MAC. It is available on March 4th online and then March 7th in stores. And in this collection, you have lip colors. So there are a total of 6 different lip colors. So there are lip glosses or their lip glasses, and then also matte lipsticks as well. There are also a few different highlighters to this collection, which I'll show you guys in a second. There is a new Cherry Matte Fix Plus, and then we also have an eyeshadow palette, and then they are kind of throwing in their Pink Light Strobe Cream with this collection as well. So let's go ahead and start with showing you guys the products. So we do have 2 different highlights with this collection. These are called their highlighting powders, and these are in 2 different shades. So we have this one here, which is the Spring Bling, which is going to be a golden highlight, and then we also have the Floreal, which is a really pretty pink highlight as well. Packaging on the entire collection is so cute. It has all these little petals all over it. So I will go ahead and swatch both of these highlights so we can see what they look like. These are going to retail for $30 each. And the one highlight I would consider more as like a blush topper, the pink one, and then we have the golden one. So here is a swatch of both of those. And honestly, they don't really seem like highlighters when I swatch them. There really isn't much glitter to them. When you look at them in the pan, they look like they're going to be really foiled, but it actually looks like it's more of like a matte powder with just like a tint of shimmer in there. So I'd probably use these more as like a bronzer topper and like a blush topper, or even just a regular bronzer and blush. Okay, up next in the collection, we have this eyeshadow palette. This is one of their 9-pan palettes. This one is called the Kabuki Doll, and there are, like I said, 9 different shades in here. There are some matte shades as well as some shimmers in here. Again, you have the cute packaging on the front. This palette is going to retail for $33, and again, you get the 9 shades in here. I will go ahead and show you the swatches from this one. Here are all of the swatches from the palette. As you can tell, it's a very neutral toned palette. We have some reds in here. There are a few of like a deeper matte shades in here, but for the most part, you have more of like a golden copper type of feel with this palette. So like I mentioned, there is a cherry scented Fix Plus as well. This is just the regular Fix Plus component. It just has the new packaging on there, and then it is going to be a cherry blossom scent. This one is going to retail for $28. And then also with this, they are kind of re-throwing in their strobe cream in here in Pink Light, and this one is $34. This is already released. They are just kind of putting it into this collection, I think, because it kind of fits with the Pink Light to this collection. All right, and then we do have the lip colors, which have super cute packaging again. So we have a few of the matte lipsticks, and these are going to retail for $19.50 each. I have 2 of the shades. There are actually 4 lipsticks in total, a part of the collection. The shades that I have are Whatska Twirl, and then I also have the shade High Fruit Teas. So here is High Fruit Teas. I'll swatch that one first, and then I'll swatch the second one. I'm actually really happy with the 2 shades they sent over. So I definitely think these are very me, very bright pink shades for spring. And then we also have lip glasses. There are 4 lip glasses in total. I got 2 of these shades sent to me. So the shades I got is Heart Melter and then also Frill of It. So I'll show you swatches from both of those. So the Frill of It is going to be just like a pinky nude shade. And then the other one, which is the Heart Melter, is a little bit more of like a rosier mauvier shade. So I'm going to swatch both of those so you can see them both swatched. So I have the lighter pink one right here, and then the deeper shade here on the end. So again, these are going to be $18.50, and there's a total of 4 within the collection. So now we've gotten all the prices down as well as swatching everything. So let's go ahead and start trying them out on the face. So I'm first going to start with the eyeshadow palette that is a part of this collection, and I think the first shade I want to go into is this top shade right here, which is a matte shade. I'm going to go into that first, and I'm just going to pick up this brush. This is the Morphe M433, and I am just going to work this shade into my crease. I don't always love these 9-pan palettes. They're just not my favorite from MAC. The formula of them is always really good, but it's just a matter of like kind of personal preference when it comes to like the pan sizes and everything like that. But I do think you get a good value because you do get a lot of different shades. And speaking honestly, like when do you ever really go through an entire like shadow, you know? So I guess I just don't know why I have such an issue with them, because I do prefer smaller palettes. But for me, there's just something about the 9-pan palettes that are just so tiny. I don't know, it kind of just steers me away a little bit, but this shade is blending out nicely. This first shade we're going in with. Okay, so now that we've got that first shade on, I'm going to deepen that a little bit further. I'm kind of just going to go in the row with the mattes. There are 3 different mattes and they go up and down here, and then the rest are going to be shimmers. So I'm going to use these 3 mattes right here. So I'm going to go in with the second shade just to deepen that up a little bit. And then we'll go in with a deepest shade, and then we'll add a shimmer. MAC's eyeshadows are always some of my favorites, especially when it comes to their mattes. I just feel like they're super easy to blend out. I recently tried out their new art library collection. They sent over the flamboyant palettes. I've really been liking that one. I do have a review on that in case you're curious, but I've just been using it a bunch ever since I did that review, and I think it's really, really nice. All right, so now going into that last shade, we are going to deepen this up just a little bit more. Nothing too crazy, but I do want to just deepen up mostly this outer V area here. And I'm still just working on the same Morphe brush and just really going to work this just into this outer V and then start to bring it in. So I've not gotten any fallout with these shades. I do just want to make note of that. So now we are going to go in with the shimmers, and for that I'm just going to take my 242 from MAC, and I think the shades that I'm mostly wanting to go in with is these ones right here, like this first row. I just think that one looks like the most vibrant and the most beautiful. So I think I am going to go in with this second shade right here, and I'm going to use that one all over the lid. So I am going to pick it up on the 242, and then I'm going to go ahead and spritz my brush with the Cherry Balm Fix Plus. So I'm just going to spritz my brush one time just to make it a little bit more foiled, and then I'll go ahead and add this shade all over my lid. So I'm just adding a little bit more. That didn't come off as pigmented as I was hoping it would. So I'm just going to add a little bit more Fix Plus with a little bit more of that shade, and I'm just going to kind of pat that in this time instead of rubbing. That seems to be adding a little bit more pigmentation when I do it that way. I still think that the shade is a little bit glittery. It's not so much foiled like as their other shades normally are. I don't know, maybe I'm packing it on wrong, but it just seems a little bit lackluster to me. But I'm going to continue to just build this shade up, and then we'll spray it a couple more times just to get it to what I want it to be. Alright, so after building it up a few times, adding a little bit more Fix Plus, I definitely think now it is what I was thinking it was going to be in the first place. I think it's really pretty. This is a nice like look for spring too, just a very neutral, really nice look. We are getting a little bit of fallout, but nothing too intense. I'll go ahead and just brush that away. And then I think for the inner corner, I want to add that lighter shade too, because I think that'll really just kind of make this pop. Alright, so now that we've got that all over the lid, I think it's looking really pretty. I am going to go into this just like icy white shade right here, and I'm going to apply that to my inner corner. I'm just using my MAC 228. I am going to spray a little bit of the Fix Plus to this as well, just to make it really foiled. So I'm going to just pop this one straight onto my inner corner. I just think spraying the brush makes such a difference really when it comes to any shimmer shades, but especially something about the MAC shades. Just when you spray them, it just makes them so much more pigmented and foiled. I am going to run this a little bit on my brow bone as well. I don't want it to be as intense as the inner corner. I'm just going to put a light amount here on my brow bone, just whatever's left on my brush. So anytime I'm doing my lower lash line, I kind of always just do the same thing. So I will do my darkest shade out here on the outer edge, kind of like what I did in my crease, and then I will work the other shades kind of all up and connect them all. I think that this eye look turns out really pretty. I cannot believe how beaming that inner corner is, and I do really like the shade all over the lid now that everything's kind of like tied together. I am really quickly going to curl my lashes and then just add some mascara, and then we'll move on to the face products and the lip products. Alright, so now that we've got our lashes all done with the mascara, I am going to move on to the face products. So I'm first going to go into the gold one. This one is the Spring Bling, and this is a highlight powder, but for some reason I don't really see much highlight in this, so we're going to try it kind of as like a bronzer topper instead. So I'm just going to go in with my bronzing brush. This one is from Luxie, and I'm going to apply this just over top of my bronzer, kind of more or less just as like a bronzer topper. Yeah, because do you guys, like, I can see, I don't even know if I can see it on camera, but I can see a tiny bit of shimmer in this, but I don't really see much, you know, like highlight in it. It's more just like a face powder. I would use it more of actually as just like a bronzer. So I'm just applying this to the parts of my face that I already bronzed. I actually think the color of this looks decent on my skin tone. So I don't know, I would actually just use this more as like a bronzer, and it does look like as I'm putting it in, the layer of, like, do you see how this area right here isn't shimmery anymore? So you can kind of see how matte it is like in the pan. So it looks like that's just like a top coat that they put over it. I'm not really sure why they would do that, but it's a little deceiving when I feel like you're looking at it. If you were looking to like purchase it in store or something, I feel like it's a little deceiving, or even online, as far as like it looking so shimmery and then it applying pretty matte actually on the skin. I think that the product overall though, I mean, it looks nice on my skin. It definitely bronzes up and I do like it. I think I'll continue to wear it, but I honestly hardly see like any shimmer in it though. Like, I'm looking at it now. It kind of looks like it has a slight sheen to it, but it definitely looks more matte. So I definitely think that's a weird thing to do with the packaging, to kind of put that gloss over it. I'm not really sure why they did that. Maybe to just go with the all over theme. But even in the pan, I can definitely tell that it's like not there anymore. So I'm curious then for the blush. This is probably just gonna be like a regular blush then. I wouldn't even think it would be a glowy blush. For this one, I'm gonna just apply it like I would a regular blush. Yeah, because the top coat is already going away. Do you see how it's like different right here? So I'm just gonna spritz. So I'm just gonna kind of pat a little bit of that off and then just apply it as I would like a regular blush. That's definitely very pigmented. I think we're getting a lot of product on here, but I'm just gonna swipe this on our cheeks how I would just apply, like I said, a little bit of blush. I'm just gonna kind of apply it all over here. But I think that's a pretty shade. I just think these are very deceiving. I don't really know why they have the like top layer to them if they're gonna be just like a matte product, you know? I definitely don't think they're a matte product, but I don't think that they're like glowy by any means. Like there's like a tiny bit of speck of glow to them, but they're definitely more of, I would describe them more as just like a little bit of a glowy bronzer or a glowy blush, not really like a highlight per se. So I am just gonna go in with this Jeffree Star highlight just because I've still been testing this out so I can give you guys my full thoughts on it. And I haven't really been loving it. Just to give you like a sneak peek on that is because this one is too glittery and I don't really feel like it's very like pigmented. It just kind of like disperses glitter on your face in my opinion, but I'm still kind of trying it out, so I thought I would just apply it over top just so we can have a little bit more glow to our face, as the other products we tried really didn't give us too much. Okay, so that added a little bit of something extra, and now we're gonna go on to the lip products, which I'm excited about. So both of these matte lipsticks actually look really pretty. So I'm trying to decide which shade I want to wear. I think I'm gonna go in with this one because I think it just matches the look a little bit more. This one is the Weska Twirl shade. So I think I'm gonna go in with that one just to kind of go a little bit more with this eye look. I think that'll be really pretty. So this is just gonna be your traditional MAC lipstick, which I love MAC lipsticks. I feel like you can't do any wrong with them. They're just so easy to apply, and a lot of times I don't even use a lip liner when I apply them because I feel like you can just get such a precise application with these. So this color is really pretty. I do think it goes with the look. It just kind of like gives us a little something extra. And I am going to go in with one of the glosses though. So I think for this look, I am going to go in with the more pinky gloss. This one is Frill of It. And I am just going to apply this one straight over top of the lip color that we put on. Alright, so now that we've got our lip gloss, the last thing I'm going to show you guys is the Cherry Blossom Fix Plus, and I'm just going to apply that all over my face. Give us a nice spritz here. It does smell really good. I wouldn't really say it smells like cherries necessarily. I think it smells more kind of like roses, like a rose scent almost. I don't know if it really reminded me of cherries necessarily. It is cherry blossom, but to me it kind of smells like a rose scent. That's kind of what it reminds me of. But after that, that is going to do it for this first impressions. I really do like the way that this look came out. I feel like I really like the eye look in particular. Let's go ahead and walk through the products. So the eyeshadow palette I did like. I think we had to work a bit to get the shimmer shade to kind of show up. I had to apply quite a few layers of it, but the actual final result I do really like. I want to continue to try this out and just use the shimmers and see if I am having issues with all of the shimmers, but the inner corner highlight in particular was so beautiful. The mattes performed really nicely. So I do want to try this out quite a bit more. I will come back, of course, and let you guys know my thoughts after I've tried everything out a little bit more. As far as the face products go, I think these are a little odd. I don't really understand the point of having like the frosted top to them if they are just going to be like a more luminous, not really a highlight necessarily, product. So I don't think they look bad on the skin. I think it's just a little bit deceiving. So I think that the actual application of them, like I like the way the bronzer looks. I like the way the blush looks. I just think it's kind of weird that I just thought it was going to be something different. That's all. So I think obviously if you're going to try these out, just kind of know what you're getting. You're getting like a little bit of a luminous bronzer and a little bit of a luminous blush with these. For the lip colors, I mean, the MAC lipsticks, I feel like never let me down. They're always really great. And then the lip glasses are always really nice as well. I think that this lip combo is nice. I don't know that I love it with this eye look, but I think these two together that I used are really pretty. So I want to continue to try out the other two lipsticks as well. And then the Fix Plus I think is really nice. It smells, like I said, it kind of smells like roses to me, but if you are into that scent, or if you're into like the cherry scent, maybe check this one out. I think the packaging on the entire collection is beautiful. So I would recommend these products. I do, like I said, want to continue to try them out. I did say like there was a little bit of confusion with the highlighters, so as long as you like know what you're getting when you purchase them, you understand that they're not going to be a shimmery, glowy highlight. Maybe swatch them in store so you can tell. But after that, that is going to do it for this first impression. Like I said, I will be back in a few weeks to kind of give you guys my final thoughts on all of the products. I will continue to try them out. Let me know down below what you think of this tutorial. What do you think of this collection? Are you planning on getting any of the items? Give this one a thumbs up if you did enjoy it. Also, don't forget to subscribe before you go, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, friends.